grab your cup. I want to talk about 3 critical things that are impacting your life today, and you may not even realize it because it's just something you don't think about. But these 3 things could be woven throughout your relationships, throughout how you are at work, how hard you work, how much you let yourself relax and enjoy life, any walls that you have up, how you attach yourself in relationships. So here are the 3 things, and I'm give you a couple of examples. I invite you to look at your own life and see how it could be showing up for you. So the first one is safety. The 3 things that I'm talking about are 3 core needs, core critical developmental needs for children when we are very young. If these needs are not met in the way that they need to be met, if they're not nurtured, that's when we're going to see the impact now, decades later. So the first one is safety. Children need to feel safe physically and emotionally. So if we had situations where we had to move a lot, where we went home to an empty house every day because both our parents worked, where you want to have safety in there's food to eat, there's a roof over my head, physical violation, so I need to feel safe that my body is safe, and also emotional safety. So is it safe for me to express emotions? So if you ever heard, hey, you want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. Or good girls don't get angry. No tantrums. Be a good little girl. Be quiet about that. Or boys don't cry. Or you saw your caregivers not expressing emotion. Like maybe you walked into a room and your mom was clearly upset. And as children, we are so sensitive, and we're really tuned into the energy of our mother. So we might see that she's really upset, but she quickly hides it. She quickly turns away, doesn't show it. So we learn we're not supposed to show how we feel. And then if you ask her, if you're 5 years old and say, Mommy, is everything okay? And she says, no, everything's fine. Don't worry. You don't need to worry. Then we start to not trust our intuition. And our intuition is such an important guidance system inherently in us. God put that GPS in us for a reason, but we start to not trust it because we saw things were not okay, but what we were told is everything's fine. So safety around our physical environment or our emotions. If that wasn't nurtured, it's showing up now in your life. The second thing is unconditional love. Needing to really know and feel, not just know here because people say I love you, but feel it in our body that I am loved unconditionally. And that means if you heard things like, what is wrong with you? Get out of my sight. I can't even stand to look at you right now. What's wrong with you? I taught you better than that. Even if somebody was trying to be nicer in their parenting by saying, I'm really disappointed in you, like calmly, steadily, no yelling, I'm really disappointed in you. To a child, that means I really messed up. A different way to say that could be, I'm disappointed that you chose that behavior. I'm disappointed you thought that was a good idea. I'm disappointed that you have these consequences now, but they're the result of what you did and what you chose. That's a very different message than I'm disappointed in you, which now brings with it shame and a feeling that there's something wrong with me. So anything like that where we felt like love was conditional, or also like we had to do things in order to receive the love. Like if I take certain classes or I play certain sports, then my dad's like, man, you're so great, I love you. But if I choose to be on the debate club, nobody ever comes to see my events because they don't think that's important, or they talk me out of it. You know what I'm saying? So anything where we are loved conditionally, or we feel like the approval and the love was not given because of something that we did or chose. And then the third thing is significance, feeling like we are important and we matter no matter what, even if we're tiny. So if you heard things like, children are seen and not heard, I don't care what you think. When you're an adult, then you can decide, and you can do it in your house, but not now. Right now, this is my house. You do it my way. I don't care what you think or what you want. Or You have to go do this because it's going to be important on your college resume, or you have to do this because this is what everybody does. So we get the sense that who we are and what we want is not as important than maybe how it looks to everybody else or what our parents think. Those three things and how they were nurtured are so important, and they're showing up now in our life because if they weren't nurtured well and we got development that was impacted by core fears. Core wounds. The wounding that would come when those things are not developed well are things like, I must not be good enough. The things that I want don't matter. I'm not lovable. I messed up and now they don't love me. It's not safe. I'm not safe in this life. Life isn't safe for me. That would be core wounding. And the wounding will lead us to having certain fears of being abandoned, fears of being betrayed, fears of, not being remembered, not being important to other people in our life. All of that is going to come into how you attach in your relationship. So if you have a fear of being abandoned or a wounding that you don't matter, that you're not lovable, the way you're going to attach to other people, especially your romantic relationships, is going to have that in the background. The good news is that it's all rewirable. If you don't know about it at all and then you're not aware, then you just keep going throughout your life in these patterns that you don't like. And in relationships, I'm working really hard. But once you can see, oh, I had that, and it doesn't mean our parents didn't love us. It doesn't mean they didn't do the best they could. They absolutely did. I think people always do the best that they can with where they're at the time. So we're taking that off the table. This isn't about blame, but we are looking at how has that been showing up for me now, and is it working? And if it's not, it is rewirable. That's the work that I do with my clients. My name is Linda Downey. I'm a transformational health and whole life coach, and we work a lot on rewiring that. There's a workshop this coming week on attachments, specifically looking at how we attach in relationships. I'm going to put the link with this video, or if you don't see it, then send me a comment so that you can come to the workshop and just spend some time digging in specifically on your attachment in relationships and how that got created. And I hope that when you look at these three significant pieces in your life, you start to put some dots together, or, put the pieces of the puzzle together to see why some patterns have continued to show up for you. So look for the link for the workshop, or if you just want to talk to me about the work that I do, you can put that in the comments as well. Have a good day.